Okay, welcome to our daily video.
Hello.
It's going to be a nice quick one with two primary topics. And the first one is something pretty strange. I was listening to a Cliff High podcast, I think on Substack yesterday. And he started talking about people crossing over the middle line while they're driving towards him. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta
Or driving right on it.
Yeah. Like staying on it, not just accidentally veering.
Yeah.
But their tires are on the line basically.
And normally, if you think back in the past years, I've always noticed that people drive so far on the white line.
On the other side?
Especially when oncoming traffic is coming.
Right.
They'll really merge over. They are afraid to get hit.
I think that's the critically thinking mind, active mind tendency is, okay, I want to have as much safety.
Plenty of room.
As much, safety padding. You know, it's logical to have that be the case. The opposite, staying away from each other.
Yeah.
So Cliff is talking about this in his podcast, and he actually brings it up 3 times just as a side mention in this episode of his podcast. And well, the reason that I'm even talking about this is because we've been noticing it on our drives into the bigger town we go into an hour away where our gym is. And it's okay, the first time it happened, it's maybe we didn't say anything.
Yeah. It was everyone that one day. This was a month ago.
About
and
a month,
it was very
about
strange.
A month ago. It was almost everyone.
Yeah.
And not a big group of people that are just following each other.
Yeah.
It was over an hour, and maybe
random cars, not too high of traffic at all ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 70% of the cars. Mm-hmm. Maybe, I don't know, out of 20, maybe it was 14, 15 of the cars where, I mean, it's not a lot of traffic, but still, it's significantly
very noticeable.
Noticeable. And it's
very strange.
And what is going on?
Why would someone ride the yellow when you're passing
Yeah.
them? It just doesn't make sense. It usually never happens.
Yeah. So in case you are hearing this and you've been noticing this as well, we're just
let us know in the comments if you've experienced this too, because we thought it was mind-blowing that someone else was talking about it when Eric sent me this audio of Cliff High talking.
Yeah, so when I hear Cliff talking about it,
mind blown.
And he's an extremely analytical, logical, smart guy. He's not just going to start talking about something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And so what I'll do is I'll play his clips here. I clipped out 3, maybe 1 minute or less clips out of his podcast. So here we go.
So I'm watching a obviously vaxxed driver driving a 40,000 pound load of logs, and he's just like the other vaxxed drivers I see. He's got a tendency to hug the center line. Now, a lot of these drivers are not vaxxed. I've run into some of these log truck drivers that are. I'm assuming this guy is, because every time a car goes by, then he gets right back over to that center line. It is as though there's something compelling him to get that truck right where the wheels are running down the double yellow lines.
Exactly what we see.
And this is a very narrow country road, logging trucks heading both ways. I'm hanging back in case he smashes into something, and I got to deal with that.
Yeah.
This is just a very dangerous time for all of us. Anyway,
and those logging trucks are already crazy drivers.
Well, no, we're actually coming up into a social.
Okay, so that's that clip, and I'm going to grab the second clip.
As I say, we'll find out. I'll have to getting to close to coming into my first destination here, and we made it. He didn't crush anybody with that truck, and I didn't get hit by any of these people coming at us that are driving on that center line too. I've heard this reports from other people. I've seen it as I've been driving through town.
So that little quick mention that he did, I've heard this report from. That's why we're talking about this right now, because it's us, it's Cliff,
and then other people,
some highly analytical people, and other people that are feeding him it. So now I'm curious, if we were able to run a nationwide poll, literally find out, is this happening in mass all of a sudden, a flip of a switch, about a month ago?
Yeah.
Too. I've heard this reports from other people. I've seen it as I've been driving through town, and I'm just assuming that because it's new behavior, I'm just assuming that it's part and parcel of a side effect of the vax. But so here he is. We're into a much more heavily trafficked area, and he's consistently hugging the yellow line, scaring the people that are approaching us into driving further over towards their edge of the road. Quite odd. Anyway, the world is as it is. So I suspect that sometime in May.
Yeah, that's that clip, and then we'll go to the last. It's a little shorter.
Getting paranoid, guys. Other cars really freak me out now. We've had a lot of accidents on this road. The road is dangerous anyway.
He didn't say accidents. He says vaccidents.
Yeah.
I've got like a 50-mile drive, more or less, to get to where I need to go here to get to like civilization from my little village.
Kind of like us.
And it's, as I say,
and we're seeing logging trucks too. So maybe he is on the East Coast and not the West.
No. I think
he is.
Yeah,
West?
I'm almost
okay.
positive he's Northern.
It's getting dangerous. Okay. People are just not paying attention, and for whatever reason, I've noticed lots of people are out of their lane, and they seem to be as though fixated driving down on the center lines. Just really weird. Anyway, so February 2nd.
Yeah. So most of his podcast was not about that, but I thought it was interesting that he's talking about totally different stuff, like financial stuff, like his normal stuff. And then Bubba, he brings in the because he's driving, right? He's literally driving and recording this, so you can't stop but talk about it. And I wish we were like recording.
Wow.
When we saw all these, and we continue to see this.
Yeah.
As recent as I don't know, like a week ago.
Crazy.
There's something going on.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I want to hear from other people if they've witnessed this as well.
Yep. So that's topic number one is center line drivers. And then I'll bring up Vel's screen here.
Oh, and talk a little bit about coming upon this.
And then, I mean, obviously, yesterday's video, we got some people's attention on. We got some new subs. Hello. And it's really because this is the topic we need to be focusing on. And we were talking about like, okay, well, there needs to be something more interactive than just a website that's got like registered,
like on the eco villages,
mature, small communities. Mm-hmm. So I had momentarily forgotten about Freedom Cells, Derek Bros. This was launched years ago. Don't know exactly when. It seems like, I don't know, like 7-8 years ago. And I signed up right away. But it was extremely feature shallow. There was not much going on there. Yeah. And I only recently then remembered this and came here, filled out my profile, and I'm like, oh my God, there's like finally people here now. They have much more features. There's a much more useful map to find exactly what we're talking about. People that either have land and want their want it populated with like-minded people, or people looking for land to join. And I forgot that he has the 8-person concept. I think that's kind of cool because it's something that feels reachable.
Yeah, I suppose so. I thought it sounded kind of weird, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that it's not a hard rule once you get a bunch of people together in an area. But I think the fact that they have like, it seems like it's the concept of like a reachable goal, for which then you are more motivated to reach towards than something that's like, oh God, yeah, it would be ideal to have 100.
We don't have 20 people.
Yeah.
100, but
so I think that's actually a good idea that they have that concept. And then you could maybe get like, okay, well, we need one of those kind of people. We need one of those, and then you get your
good network
your
of
hover,
skilled.
you get your hovercraft, like Morpheus and the Nebuchadnezzar. You get everyone's got their little hovercraft. You get this kind of guy, this kind of guy, this guy.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of see these Freedom Cells as. So I guess we'll just play this video. In case you're not familiar with Freedom Cells, me and Val are kind of rediscovering it now, and we're going to go all in as far as we can on leveraging that platform.
Yeah, because it's almost like a social media kind of setup, messaging people that are like-minded and interested in this whole concept of a small community-minded path, I guess you'd say. But
we got someone so I just posted yesterday's video as like a post. Yeah, show my screen on the 3. I got to bring this over there. I'll do that. So I just made this as a post, yesterday's video. And Renee, I'm an old hippie. Who were we talking about yesterday?
Yeah, exactly.
and I literally said in the video, it's these old hippies that are now seeing like
they knew what was up in the 70s.
They've arrived, yeah, or the spirit, the idea, has arrived. The wave is here crashing. I'm an old hippie. Yep, we can live better on Earth if we do not destroy it first. Love your work. Okay, well, thanks, Renee. Maybe we'll
that's awesome.
Maybe we'll be talking someday in the future.
Yep.
So we're gonna go all in on Freedom Cell Network. I'm not sure if me and Val will make like a shared account there. I just have like my Eric private account here for me, and I don't even think I've gone and like added the
you kind of had forgotten about this.
I forgot about it.
And remembered today. So that's cool that they're involved with getting people together.
So just to help spread the message. Well, this is a great intro video, 1:44.
Yeah, we'll just play it real quick.
Here we go.
Welcome to the Freedom Cell Network. Freedom Cells are local peer-to-peer groups of 8 organizing themselves in a decentralized manner with the goal of empowering group members through education, peaceful resistance, and the creation of alternative institutions. Think of it as your activist support network. These local cells of 8 members work together to accomplish goals. Potential goals include skill sharing, growing food, ensuring every group member has storable food, encrypted communication, an emergency plan, as well as learning self-defense methods. Cell members also make themselves available to render mutual aid to their group in whatever form that may come. As individuals form their first group of 8, or their inner cadre, they begin to organize themselves into a web of decentralized cells. These separate cells form a network of groups of 8 which also have the goal of empowering group members through peaceful resistance and creating alternative institutions. Through building and supporting alternative systems such as local food networks, health services, mutual defense groups, peer-to-peer economies, and communication networks, Freedom Cells will be better able to disconnect themselves from the state institutions they deem unworthy of their support. Once groups become large enough in numbers, it becomes possible for participants to opt out en masse and focus on the creation of new systems. As these individual cells connect and link up with each other around the world, they are forming a parallel network to the mainstream society. This is what we call the Freedom Cell Network. If you want to find like-minded people in your area who are focused on solutions, join the rapidly growing community at freedomcells.org.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's awesome. That's almost exactly what we were trying to kind of discover.
Yeah. I'll volunteer to be the encrypted communications guy, the one icon at the bottom there. See, everyone's got their thing that they can contribute for other people to leverage and benefit from.
Absolutely.
I don't know a lot about like curating dirt with. I know about it, but I don't have any experience
no green thumb for you.
Well, yeah, I know you need bugs and like nitrates and whatever it is. It's an interesting area to me.
Growing things.
Well, I know about basics, but yeah, I really would like someone else to take that reign and help feed people.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah. What else? Is that it?
Yeah. So we'll link the freedomcell.org under this video just so you guys can check it out and get involved.
Yep. I think that's it for today. If you've seen people driving the center line, I am so curious.
Me too.
Let me know.
It blew my mind when he was talking about it. So yeah.
Yeah. Join our Telegram group. The link will be in the description wherever you're watching this video. And I think that's it for today.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Okay, see you next time.